anyone else have comments, closing comments or questions or anything else? Future agenda topics? We have about 10 more minutes.
I think we might add something about digital literacy. We really haven't ever worked on that, but I think there's all kinds of money for that at the moment. And the other one is digital inclusion. All that is also, there's a lot of money. I've been following a number of listservs that talk about that all the time, and I think we should add that to our subjects that we talk about.
Okay, that's a good comment. I appreciate
I definitely agree with you as well.
Well, I'm going to jump in to make sure that everybody, if there's any topics that we haven't covered that you say, you know, I really feel like you looked at this only in one slant, and I think you should be looking at that slant. Now's the time to share that. It's sort of now's the time for the rebel cause in you to come out if you have one. And the purpose is that we all tend to be very mainstream on our thoughts. And if we have something that says, no, I don't agree with this or that, I think it's always important to an organization to air those and get them out and talk about them. So, no, all right.
Thank you, Chair Thomas. I have put a link to the Senator Padilla's presentation in the chat. I will forward the email to everyone when I can take a few minutes and cut and paste all those email addresses into a forward.
Thank you, Jeff. That's good.
Thanks, Jeff.
Certainly. And there honestly are always more questions than there are answers. And while the video I've just posted in the chat was very informative, and I think that the RCRC, well, the CSAC convention that our supervisors just attended probably also provided a great deal of information. Surprisingly, every time you receive more information about this, it raises additional questions. And I think that if we had a staff of 5 or 6 people in Mendocino County that were just devoted to maximizing broadband grants, they could work full time on just that. I mean, just understanding and sharing the information about the processes going forward is rather monumental. And when you begin to drill down, it exposes a bunch of questions that need explanation. So
do we have anyone do we have anyone at the county nowadays?
Somebody has been hired in the executive office that has been assigned broadband. Judy Morris is doing a superlative job of engaging. I mean, she and I work well together, and Ted has said the same. She's probably also assigned a lot of other issue areas. So she's not a full-time staffer for broadband, nor am I, but there are at least multiple people that are working well together toward that end. And it probably still doesn't amount to a half-time staffer, but it's something.
Yeah, Jeff, I believe Judy came from Trinity County, didn't she? Where she had, I think, a substantial amount of experience in developing rural broadband planning. So I'm kind of curious why she was not on this call today.
You will see that she was in the invite list,
okay,
as was Carmel and Darcy, all from the executive office. But it's a challenging day. I think that there are other meetings going on simultaneously.
Okay.
But she was very instrumental in getting the comments. Is that John Haschak?
Yes. Yeah, just saying that Judy was at the CSAC conference. She's traveling home right now.
Oh, okay. Thanks, John.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing her at the next meeting.
Well, we seem to be wrapping up a few minutes early.
Great. Great.
No
That's
harm in
always
that.
good.
But good of the order. Perhaps Chair Thomas wants to show us how it's done.
Oh, I was going to say, Mike?
Thank you very much. You know, Western Sonoma County is much the same as Mendocino County, rural Mendocino County. And we don't have broadband, as Calvin exhibited today. We have issues and challenges. And after the Wallbridge fire last year, we decided we just couldn't wait any longer. So we established GMRS networks. And the county has kicked in some money that they had from PG&E settlement funds to fund repeaters for us for our GMRS networks. So on Sunday, we're having another, another trial. We're going to have a simulated tsunami off the coast of Jenner. The GMRS folks are all going to be linked up with the ham radio operators at each of the fire stations that will be in contact with county OES. So the county is involved with this process. We've got about 120 ham radio operators involved in the process, and perhaps 250 GMRS networks from rural neighborhoods that will be calling in on this test exercise. So it's one way that we can mobilize and communicate with folks when we have PSPS events out here, and when we lose power, as we do on a regular basis in the rural part of the county. So not too long ago, we did not have a 911 service for 14 hours out here, but our GMRS network was up and going, and we were able to convey emergency messages to the county. So it's a workable workaround. It's inexpensive to set up, and we were up and running in 6 months. So that's what I had to report. Thank you.
Hey, Steve, kudos to you. Steve, I was here just about a month and a half ago when I first started. Steve Turner came in and we did a comparable thing, and the county office here was the seat, and we did the radio call out, and it actually worked really well. We actually had a couple of the sites on the coast where it had on a mobile vehicle with a large swing antenna that we were able to communicate with. It worked pretty well. And of course, a couple of the hospitals have staff that are now trained on that. So I hear what you're saying, and kudos to you guys for doing that, because it's always good to have those backup alternatives.
Yeah, we're working with ACS operators, and Steve Turner was paramount in getting me involved, and I passed my ham radio license test last month, so
Yeah.
I'm now qualified.
Yeah, the same here. I actually took it I think it was like 6-8 years ago, and it was funny because when I first called Steve, he says, "What's your handle?" I go, "Oh wait, I don't remember." He goes, "What do you mean you don't remember?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't use it enough." So I had to get my chops back on it. So kudos to you for getting your license.
Thanks, John.
You know, John, one thing we do need to do is make sure that the coastal schools, that those antennas and that equipment is all up to par, because our county does rely on that in emergencies. And I know that the coastal schools, those antennas might need some love.
Yeah, Steve has what we call it our hit list of radio equipment and antennas to keep updating, and of course recode the information on the system. And then, of course, the trivial training that has to make sure that takes place, that you have a primary and at least one alternate, maybe more people who can jump in when the other person isn't available. But very, very good call, Michelle, to keep on task with those updates.
Mm-hmm. Mike, be sure and let us know how your test run goes when next meeting.
Be more than happy to, Philip. Yeah, we had a trial run back in June, and we were just getting our feet under ourselves, and it was a little bit rocky. So we discovered that we found out our weak points. We have added additional repeaters since that time, and I think we're hoping that this one is going to be a lot more successful. So good deal. Thanks.
That's great.
Great. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for attending today. Very informative. Appreciate your input.
Good meeting, Jeff. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, thank you all for your work.
You as well, Supervisor Haschak. Thanks so much.
You all. It was nice to meet you all.
Great.
Nice to meet you, Jess.
Okay, have a good day.
Nicely done,
Have a
Jeff.
good day, everyone.
All right, bye
Thanks
bye.
so much.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.